everyone, welcome to the channel. This is my first video, so I'm a little nervous today, but I'm not going to go into details about my emotional well-being. So today I'm going to review a book called The Lottie Project by J.K. Wilson. When I'm reviewing this book, I'm going to talk about 5 main points: the theme, the plot, the writing style, the characters, and age appropriation. First of all, I'll give you the general overview. This book is pretty much set in the modern world where the main character is, no, not Lottie, Charlotte. She doesn't like to be called Charlotte and would rather be called Charlie, so let's just call her that. She's a tomboy, although she loves baking cakes and presuming herself to be leader of all the girls and doesn't like school at the best of time. And so it kicked off with a new teacher, a teacher she didn't like. The teacher wanted the class to do a Victorian project, and so Charlie decided to do the Lottie Project, where Charlie wrote about a Victorian child nursery maid named Lottie, as if Lottie herself was writing a diary. You can see how Charlie wrote about problems that were suspiciously similar to the same events that was happening in her own life. But the drama was much more ingrained at her home. Charlie has a single mother and no brothers and sister. Her mother name is Josephine, by the way. Josephine lost her job, so she had to find another job to pay for the mortgage, and one of the jobs she found included looking after the son of a divorced father. Charlie hated the father, and so the plot rolls in. So now let's look at all the points. First, the theme. The theme was pretty good to me because it tells a story about family problems and the life that someone could have had. Not only that, there's another story playing behind the screen as well, of how a Victorian person could have felt about life. If you like this kind of thing, then this book is perfect for you. But don't go yet, I've only just talked about the theme. The second point is the plot. The plot is pretty good. It isn't an exciting, fast-paced comic or a slow drawing speech. It's a homely, artful little tale filled with a decent amount of humor and drama. However, there aren't any major plot twists, and it's more of a story where the character gradually learns from a mistake. And when the major high point comes, I was sort of expecting it. Overall, it was a good, but not a wow. Thirdly, writing style. I love the writing style. It's not the usual type of writing where it is written in a suspenseful way, or the type of writing where people overdid how a child would write and add too many grammar mistakes. It's exactly how I would imagine an overly proud teenager would write. Overall, it is a definite yes from me. Fourth point, the characters. The most significant characters are, of course, Charlie and Lottie. However, I would mostly be talking about the characters in the present era because Charlie basically based the Victorian era characters to be much like the people from her own timeline. For example, Charlie is basically Lottie. I love how it was done, showing that despite coming from 2 different eras, people can still share the same traits and attitudes. Charlie is an arrogant and prideful character who believes herself to be extremely humble, which was probably done for the jokes. I did like the character arc she has, showing that she's sorry for the things she's done, but also a little haughty when she has to admit that she's in the wrong, which suits her character perfectly. And the next one up is her teacher, Miss Bedford. So, her character is a little complex and I can't really describe her that well. However, I will read out one of the lines that Charlie said to her mom about her so that you can get an idea of who she is. She's so slippery. You can't suss out what she's going to do next. Every time you get ready to hate her, she's funny. And then when you start to think she's an old softie, she plays a trick on you. Yeah, that's her alright. And now on to Charlie's friend, Lisa and Angela. There's not much said about their characters in the book, and the book really don't focus on their development, and I don't really like them that much. They are subtly different, but not in the way I would have liked. Now on to the next character in the book, Jamie. Jamie, according to Charlie, is a naughty, rowdy, and sweaty boy. I swear that's her exact words. I, however, love Jamie. He loves schoolwork, he loves reading, and can be a bit boastful at times. I love school as well, so I relate to his character more than the rest of the cast, and he's hands down my favorite. The next character in the book is Charlie's mother, Josephine. So, she's a little girly and an okay character, and she's often been remarked to have been last grown up by Charlie indirectly. To her credit though, she's a hard-working single mother and just wants the best for Charlie, despite having a slight infatuation with Mark, one of her employers. And he's the one coming up next. Mark is a single parent as well and have a small child named Robin, who is younger than Charlie. Mark is one of those characters that was really patient to Charlie at first, but then their relationship started to teeter on a cliff, and Charlie had to save it before it fell down. Whether she managed to or not is for you to find out. But let's get away from the spoiler stuff and head on to the next character. Sweet little Robin. So, ever have a feeling when you look at a cute little bird and you just want to squeeze them to death? Yeah, Robin's that type of character. So, I think I even have a small traumatic story than Charlie herself. Charlie have never met her father before and doesn't give a fig about him. Robin, however, have met his mother, and Mark might even have got them to meet and have tea sometime. And so, in the book, Robin is also seen to have fantasized about his family getting together again, which is sweet, but also heartbreaking at the same time. And there you have it. All the characters there is. All the important characters, by the way. And for the last point of all, age appropriation. So, in one of the sites that I ventured, I found out that the Lottie Project book is suitable for people from 9 to 10 years. I don't really have a problem with this age. However, if you're a little older and you just want to read this book, then feel free to. Overall, I'll give this a 3.5 star out of 5. This type of book is suitable for people who are relaxed and just want to have a rant about how life is. And if you're that type of people, then I'll take a guess that you'll enjoy this book.